Turn your
Doesn't matter if you
camera
have
off.
one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This from my city, yeah, this from my team. If you talking, it's how to be nice.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here.
Good afternoon. Thank you and for coming on here to go see One Ass Cheek, 3 Toes. Last episode of the daily podcast. It is Balls Out Friday. What's going on, everybody? What's
Friday
going on,
finale.
Again, sir? Nate the Great. Nate the Great's at home on TV. Look at that. What's going on? What is going on, man?
I'm surprised I wasn't seeing a black screen.
Yeah,
Right.
It was a good day today, so I got done with work early. So yeah,
It was a good day.
and it's your last show,
It's
man.
good.
So I had to be on full screen for you, man.
There you go. And what's going on, Monkey? Over here fixing with something.
Yeah, I'm fixing my fan. I switched it around.
Okay. All right, then. So everybody doing okay today? It's Friday, May the 2nd.
Yep.
Coming up on another weekend. You know, everybody have
Ready
a
to
good,
go
productive work week.
Ready to
Yeah,
go
sure.
balls out for the show. Let's go.
There you go. Everybody ready to go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, we need some
I was born ready.
So we're going to start off with the NHL playoffs last night. The Maple Leafs advanced to the second round of the NHL Stanley Cup by eliminating the Senators 4-2 in a battle of Ontario. Max Pacioretty scored the tie-breaking goal with less than 6 minutes remaining to propel the Maple Leafs to win. 3 stars of that game was William Nylander for Toronto, 2 goals and an assist. Max Pacioretty, Toronto, 1 goal and 1 assist. And Thomas Cabot of Ottawa with 2 assists. Vegas moves on with a 3-2 win in the series clincher, becoming the first Western Conference team to advance. Obviously, there'll be another one in a minute. Mark Stone from the Vegas Knights had 1 goal, 1 assist. He had a game-winning goal. Ryan Hartman, Minnesota, had 2 goals, and Aiden Hill for Vegas, 29 of 31 saves. Good job to the Vegas Golden Knights. McKinnon gets a go-ahead goal as the Avs tie the series with 7-4 win over the Stars in Game 6. Martin Nikas for Colorado, 1 goal, 1 assist. Rope Hintz for Dallas, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Valerie Nichushkin. Got it. I got
What?
that one. Whoa, 2 goals.
What team was it?
Nichushkin. That's Colorado. Valerie
Colorado.
Nichushkin. Yeah. And the Stars the Stars winning Game 6, so it's 3-3.
He said, "Got it."
Got it, yes.
He
Because I knew I was
said,
gonna
"Got
mess
it."
that one up when I looked at it. I said, I'm gonna mess it up.
He was so proud of himself.
Yeah, I know that's right. Hey, pat myself in the back. Give me cookies.
There you go.
Anyway, Oilers beat Kings 6-4 to close out the series, 4-2 to move into the second round. Oilers will take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Zach Hyman for Edmonton had 1 goal, 1 assist. Darnell Nurse for Edmonton had 1 goal, 1 assist. And Drew Doherty for the Kings had 1 assist. That's pretty sad for the Kings. They came out slamming. They scored 12 goals in 2 games, and then they just fell.
Dude, I'm telling you, no
Thanks.
defense.
That's sad, man.
It happened last year too. They were controlling the series, and then they just
Fell
couldn't
out.
stop them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's why their ass is going out. Tonight's playoff game, it will be Winnipeg at St. Louis at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jets lead that series 3-2. In the NBA playoffs,
Hey, you forgot about the Rangers. Hired new coach.
no, I'm not getting to that. I'm going with the
Nobody
story
cares
first.
about the Rangers.
Calm your ass down. I'll be
Why?
Lucky, I'm sorry. They're gonna
NBA
follow the
playoffs.
flow.
Bronson scores 40. Knicks top the Pistons 116-113 in Game 6 while there's jet flying over me. Advance to the second round series with the Celtics Brunson hit the game-winning three with 4.3 seconds left in regulation. Pistons had a chance, but Malik Beasley fumbled the pass out of bounds with 0.4 of a second left. The Knicks will face the Celtics in the next round. Mikal Bridges added 25 points, and Anunoby scored 22. Nobi, whatever. It's close. Potatoes, like what Robbie says. Cade Cunningham had 23 points. Cade Cunningham, I keep trying to say, you don't score 30 points, you're not winning that series. You've got to step up as a superstar. If freaking ass Brunson can do it, Cade Cunningham can do it, and he didn't do it for 3 games, and that was the
Brunson's been doing it, bro.
Except for one game. One game he sucked ass.
Anyway, he's not going to be perfect in every game.
Well, that's all right.
Just
enjoy your victory. Enjoy your victory.
Oh, I am. Trust me. That was a Jordan-esque move that Brunson had.
Yeah, that'll be the last victory you have for a minute.
Right. Because you're playing Boston now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Having to go against the Celtics immediately after the first round, that's just...
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what happens in the playoffs. The level of competition increases every round.
James Harden scored 28 points, and the Clippers forced Game 7 with a gritty 111-105 win over the Nuggets. Kawhi Leonard added 27 points. Nikola Jokic scored 25 points, 20 in the first half. He only scored 5 in the second half, so somebody locked his ass down. Jamal Murray added 21 points for the Nuggets. So let's see. Houston is at Golden State tonight at 9 p.m. Warriors lead that series 3-2. In the Major Leagues last night, the Tigers 10, the Angels 4. Baez put on a display last night. He had robbed somebody of a home run and hit a home run. So he was great. Cubs 8, Pirates 3. Sorry, Robbie. Reds 9, Cardinals 1. Royals
he's got
8,
lit up
Rays
last
2.
night.
Diamondbacks 4, Mets 2, Guardians 4, Twins 3 in 10 innings. White Sox actually shut out the Brewers 8-0. Whoa. Athletics 3, Rangers 0, Nationals 4, Phillies 2, Blue Jays 4. Sorry, Nate. Red Sox 2, Rockies 4, and Giants 3. So we'll get into the news. New York Rangers hire Mike Sullivan. What do you think about that, Robbie? Hired your ex-coach there, buddy.
It's perfect for him. He got underachieving New York Ranger team. Maybe he'll play their third and fourth liners 22 minutes a night like he did here.
It's not like Robbie's not happy about that signing.
It's not like you're bitter. Don't be
No, I'm glad. So it was a mutual party that had to happen. It was like I would compare it to like the Bengals and Marvin Lewis.
Go ahead and say it, Robbie. You know you want to say it.
What?
Say it.
Hey, no, I'm appreciated to Mike Sullivan for the back-to-back Stanley Cup run. I will never trash him. You know,
it's the last
I'm appreciate the Mike Sullivan. You know, I'm not going to bash him. You know, that back-to-back round cup was magical.
Exactly, Brent.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be the bitter fan here.
What? It's the last show, man. You gotta let it all out, man.
I'm trying not to cuss. You know, I'm turning over a new leaf right now. I am redeemed.
Oh
God! What are they gonna do? Fire you?
Right. What are you gonna do? Just cut us off the air? You know.
Right.
Take money from me.
Fucking shit happens. All right.
Here's
I appreciate what he did in Pittsburgh, but fuck him. Fuck him. I'll go to fucking New York.
There you go.
Okay, you happy? I did it.
That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Now we can all breathe.
All right, eat shit and bark at the moon.
That was even better. So after 21 seasons, Andre Fleury has officially retired from the NFL. That should break you up a little bit there, Matt Yinser. That was your guy in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man, that gotta love Fleury. You gotta love Fleury. You can't say it. Nobody can say anything bad about him, man. He's a great guy.
McFlurry.
Yeah, he got a rousing ovation from the Golden Knights too after the loss. Everybody cheered him, and I think they were in Minnesota for that loss, so it was a good send off for him. Not to win, not the loss, obviously, and not losing the series, obviously, but the fact that he played in 21 seasons, everybody kind of gave him his props, so that was good.
So he's been with the same team for 21 years.
No, he's been with he's with Minnesota for the last how many years, Yinzer? Put your damn earphones on. Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, how many years did Minnesota play? I mean, Fleury play in Minnesota?
Not that much. I think it was like a year or two.
Year or two. So he was in Pittsburgh the remaining time, right?
Yeah, he was not. No, he was in Vegas before Minnesota.
Oh, he's in Vegas.
Where did he start his career?
Pittsburgh. I think that was 2005 or 2006. I don't really remember.
The Stanley Cup for him the second time they played the Red Wings.
Yeah, name sounds familiar.
Marc-Andre Fleury. I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad they gave him that
Fleury.
Send out
2003 to 2025 was his playing career.
Yeah, there you go. So in NBA news, Greg Popovich steps down as Spurs head coach and will transition to full-time team president. So we got to find a head coach for the Spurs. I wonder who that's going to be.
They already did. It's Mitch Johnson, the coach that they're is doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
That took over his when he was
coaching.
out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good. Is he a good coach?
Typical Spurs hire. Nobody cares. And nobody knows who the fuck he is.
So hey,
unless you're
nobody
a Spurs
cared.
fan.
Nobody knew who Popovich was until you got into a whole bunch of damn championships. So whatever. Not to say this guy's Popovich, but anything can happen. In baseball, and one more basketball note, Halliburton's dad won't be attending any more games after confronting Giannis. The franchise says, "Hell no, he can't go."
What was the final in the Pistons game?
He's gonna.
It was 116-113 Knicks. What's the final?
I don't know what the final line was on that.
The final line. I think they said the score.
The Pistons were favored by 1.5 in going to that game.
But anyway, don't be bringing up bad shit, Brett. Anyway, he can't go any home games or away games.
Don't bring them negative demons. Don't bring the anger sharks in here.
He originally said he's stepping away, and then I guess the NBA came out after that because he said he was going to take himself away from the games. So
you need to. Probably his son told him that.
Oh yeah,
Pops,
I'm sure.
Sit your ass down.
Exactly.
In baseball, the Angels are placing Mike Trout on IL with a bone bruise in his left knee. That dude is like 102 now. He's been playing forever.
He's probably the type of dude that would hurt his back by sneezing.
Yeah.
Remember Sammy Sosa did that? He injured his back by sneezing. He was warming up and he sneezed and he injured his back.
Yeah, you can do that. Sneezes are powerful, man. You just don't underestimate a sneeze.
It was right before he played the Cubs. He sat out for the game too. He sneezed and he hurt his back.
Yeah.
A lot of people can dislocate a rib by sneezing,
or they can have aneurysms. There's people that have aneurysms sneezing. Sneezes are powerful, man. You gotta watch how you sneeze.
Shit, my dad sneezed all the time hard. He never had that happen to him. He sneezed like
he's lucky,
like a hurricane.
Well, lucky. He knows how to sneeze.
It's just a random thing that happens. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody. That's true.
This person is not more susceptible to it than this person. It's a random thing.
Yeah.
It's like getting struck by lightning.
Yeah. When your body says "fuck you," it says "fuck you." That's all it is.
Right, pretty much.
Jair Alexander prefers to be released rather than be traded so he can pick his own destination, which will be any hospital nearest to him.
He wants to go to Baltimore.
Man, come on. That dude ain't going to last long nowhere anyway.
I thought they were coming to reconciliation with him. I guess not.
Well,
that's good.
I
would take
mean,
him for a bag of
he's
onions.
saying that he'd rather if they're going to cut him. I mean, if they're going to, they don't want him. He doesn't want to be traded. He wants to be cut, so he can go anywhere he wants to. Like anybody.
Yeah, nobody's gonna trade for him. I mean,
nobody wants to pick him up either. You herd ass movie. Shit.
He wants the
Red
ring
Cross.
shop.
somebody,
Red Cross.
some contender will take him. Just see what.
He either wants the ring shop or he wants to shop for a new contract, get more money.
You would be mad as hell if they picked up Jair Alexander, wouldn't you, Nate?
Yeah, we don't make no fucking sense. We have enough people already.
That's perfect guy though, because you know how Brad Holmes is. He likes.
I can see the Commanders picking him up because the Commanders need another quarterback.
They need help on. So yeah, they do. They do.
That would be a good pick for them.
So, ex-wide receiver Steve Smith sued for alleged affair with Ravens marching band member under homewrecker law. Antonio Martinez, the husband. Yeah, in North Carolina. Yep, there sure is.
Wow.
Antonio Martinez is seeking $100,000 in damages, of course, and it just brings, when I hear this, it just brings out you remember last summer in band camp, that kind of stuff.
What is wrong with these athletes, man?
That Steve Smith was talking shit back and forth to the
husband. Yeah. He was kind of talking shit. Then he apologized to him because he realized who he was fucking with. The woman that he was fucking with.
What is wrong with these athletes, man?
What is wrong with these wives of these husbands? Well, better than that. Going out there trying to.
Well, we know why the women are with the guys because of the money. Like, let's be real.
They're whores.
That too.
Anyway. The women should be held more accountable.
But they want the money.
Right.
The guys should know better.
Damn. Yep. I'm telling you, those things happen, man.
Oh yeah, sneezing when you're driving, because you close your eyes when you sneeze. It's scary. Yeah. I'd be more worried about that than some aneurysm or something.
You ever notice you don't usually sneeze when you piss?
Now I'm gonna think about that.
That's the body telling you. That's body telling you something right there.
Or you can have a burp snort where you fart and you sneeze.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Or sneeze and shit in your pants. That's
oh god, don't do that. That happened to me one time when I was sick. When I was sick and I had the runs, I sneezed. And
that's and we've reached the gross part of the conversation show. Anyway, no. Now everybody
don't
wants
act
to hear
like it hasn't
funny.
happened to y'all. Y'all don't act like it happened to y'all. It has.
No, when I had the flu, I was throwing up and shitting at the same time. So I understand all that stuff. So that was a messy ordeal. I don't want to go through that shit again. Literally and figuratively. If everybody wants to hear a funny joke, raise their hand. Go on, raise your hand. I don't know what Monkey's doing.
He's raising his hand.
You're going to say it anyways, so just go ahead and say it.
Shador says he's trying to bring Cleveland a Super Bowl.
That's the joke?
That's the joke.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Come on, man.
Brent laughed the last time you heard that.
I'm more dumbfounded than laughing.
I mean, what would you guys say? We might be good. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up. How about you just shut the fuck up? That's the problem with Shador.
They probably asked him. I'm sure.
Hey, when he said that, the interviewer was like,
later on too, right? Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, you promised they were going to win the Super Bowl, but we're going to cut you.
The interviewer was like, what the hell are you doing? Smoking crack?
They probably asked him the question.
Francis Sanders is going to the Hall of Fame too.
All these Sanders I like is Colonel. All these Sanders I like is Colonel Sanders.
Hey, the way the Hall of Fame is nowadays, you don't have to be that elite to get in the Hall of Fame anymore.
You don't. They need to put some rules.
You can get in the Hall of Fame just for your last name.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, it's not
those rules.
It used to be.
Need to fix those rules.
Go ahead, they're asking if Cam Newton should be in the Hall of Fame. Like
Cam Newton, he's on some other shit.
What did he do that was so spectacular? Yeah, he has the most rushing touchdowns in a career, but by the time he's voted can be or before he's voted in or whatnot, he won't have that record anymore. Josh Allen only needs 10 more to tie him.
Yeah.
If he was an actual
I think you got to
quarterback,
understand too. Carolina is a young team. Carolina is a younger team in a franchise in the league, and they don't really have too much history. That is their history right there. Cam Newton, and Cam Newton did win an MVP. Remember that too. So he's in the Super Bowl, even though they lost because of him, basically. But anyway,
Well, okay,
and they went 15-1 with him.
Panthers Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
if he was a quarterback, they would have won the Super Bowl.
They
gotta give the Panthers something.
And let's be real. Like even with Josh Allen, dude, I'm not impressed with a touchdown where you score from the 5-yard line. Like I want to see a touchdown from like 60 to 70 yards, like Michael Vick did. 5 yards don't mean shit. You're 6'7", you should get a touchdown at the 5-yard line. Cam Newton was a guaranteed touchdown at that. So yeah, I don't think that stat is holds a lot of weight when it comes to the Hall of Fame because they're like 5 yards. Like, come on.
A touchdown is a touchdown. Let's see you try to run a fucking.
Well, I'm not a fucking athlete.
Well,
if I was Josh Allen at 6'7" or 6'6", 250, I probably would score
6'5".
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying it doesn't hold a lot of weight in the NFL world.
In your opinion,
I mean, now
it's just an inflated.
I mean,
stat.
now look at
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has the most touchdowns more than Josh Allen, and he's still ass.
Well, that's because he's a victim of the
Josh Allen has the second most rushing touchdowns in a career right now, behind Cam Newton. Cam Newton only.
Yeah, I don't think the Cam Newton stats are impressive either. That's my point. Like none of those quarterbacks rushing stats are impressive. Like that's like a running back scoring from the 1-yard line. Like remember Jamal Williams? He had 20 touchdowns, and they were all from the 1-yard line.
Jamal, yeah, Mr. Jamal.
Touchdown, they also count.
Yeah, true.
They count when a running back goes in for 3 yards or a yard.
Again, I'm not impressed by that. I'd rather see the long ones because that takes more effort and more skill.
I like to hear everyone's take on this. What the hell is Brett on today? Should the only player to die in the field during a game be in the Hall of Fame? I'd say yes. One gave all. Watched it on live TV. It was a Lions player, by the way. Yeah, Chuck Hughes.
No.
Yeah. That's him. Yep.
Actually, he's not the only player to die on the field.
Yeah, DeMar Hamlin.
Twice.
Well, he didn't die. He didn't die.
He died. His heart.
They
said he did die. Yeah.
Is he alive today?
According to conspiracy nuts,
this guy died.
According to conspiracy nuts, that's really not DeMar Hamlin. That's his doppelganger.
Shut the hell up.
Oh, don't get me started on that shit.
You remember that? No, you remember. You remember that BS? You remember that BS?
There are still people who think it's a doppelganger.
Yeah, because he don't have the Pittsburgh tat on his neck.
He was wearing makeup. It was at a gala. He was covering up all his damn tattoos.
It was there. They just didn't look right.
People need to get some lives, man.
What am I correct about?
You could barely see it, but it was there.
Yinzer is technically correct. My boy Brett.
Anyway, yeah, okay.
You're my boy, Blue.
So that probably wraps up most of the NFL, NHL, NBA, Major League news. It's a quiet day.
Yeah, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
About the Lakers.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that they should just trade Luka.
Trade who? Luka. Didn't they just get him?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I heard it on like 3 different podcasts today that they should trade him because Anthony Edwards is just walking right by him and scoring. He's not even attempting to do any defense whatsoever.
Oh, it is Luka. He's young still. Ain't he?
Well, they knew that when they traded for him. I mean, if you don't do your due diligence in making a trade for somebody and understanding their game, then you're a dumbass GM. That's what you are.
I just
they knew he wasn't going to play no damn defense. LeBron don't play no defense.
They didn't trade him for defense. They traded him for his offense.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but 0 defense. You got to have
A
some.
lot
defense.
of really good players don't play defense in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a
Give some effort.
Yeah, there's no effort.
Yeah,
there's a very elite few.
Well, it was a rumor going around that they were going to trade him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Again.
That's why the podcast we're talking about it.
Yeah.
That's why I just figured I'd bring it up for a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what they're going to do. I'm just figured I'd bring it up for conversation.
Well, considering the fact LeBron James is a free agent after this season, so we'll see.
He's got. Yeah, he could opt into his contract. B.
He's going to try to go join Boston.
No, he's going to stay with LA. He's going to opt in for the money.
Who?
Got LeBron. He's got a player option.
Well, he can't lose. He can't leave now. His son's there.
He jumps to LeBron. That would be a bad look if he jumped to Boston.
He needs to be the coach because he's already the coach, basically.
I think he could be a good coach.
Is just a puppet.
To be honest with you.
Right. Well, you can coach his son. Hey, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, you already got a chance to play with him. Now you can coach him.
He's going to be a coach.
He'll never be considered better than Jordan, but at least he can say he's the first, having the father-son duo before Dion did.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll finish his career.
And speaking of which, there's a lot of free agents out there. 46 free agents going to be out there in the NBA this
Have you seen the list? Season. It looks like ass. It's bad.
Yeah, well, there's some good players on there. A couple from Milwaukee.
KD and Giannis are probably going to highlight the offseason. Where those two go, that's going to be interesting.
Man, KD's ass now. Nobody wants old ass KD.
I'll take KD. Shit.
No, you don't want him. You don't want him. We don't want him on the Pistons.
He can still play defense too. So I'll take his ass. Shit. One last run, KD. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Call Michael Jordan at retirement. Get him out there.
I got a question for you, B, because after the game last night, were you disappointed that K didn't take that shot?
I was already disappointed he get 30 points. I told you he needed to step his ass up. I told you that was the main point of that game to step his ass up.
But even without 30 points, the game was tied. So but I thought he was going to take that shot.
Well, Beasley is a better 3-point shooter, and Cade wasn't hitting none of his threes in that game. So
no, that's true.
I'd have to defer to that. I would defer to Beasley, and Beasley just fumbled the ball out of bounds. Shit happens, whatever. It's okay. We'll be back next year. So Kyrie Irving's a free agent. James Harden's a free agent. Chris Middleton, Julius Randle. I wouldn't mind Julius Randle, but they're probably going to resign him.
He's going to re-up. He's going to re-up with the Timberwolves.
John Collins, Brooke Lopez,
Kyrie Irving will stay with Dallas.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Nobody's going to take him.
The Pistons need to resign Tim Hardaway, and I think Beasley is also a free agent, so they need to sign both of those guys.
You would resign Tim Hardaway?
Yeah. You keep them players, man. You got to keep the stability.
Yeah, I get it, but I'd keep either Beasley or Hardaway, one of those two. I wouldn't bring back both.
Holy shit!
More burn.
Holy shit!
What?
Asante Samuel's going after AB on X. Pretty bad.
Yeah, should the man be the man? That's what I'm saying. That's what he.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should take that shot. Kobe wouldn't have passed that ball. Jordan wouldn't have passed that ball. They would have took that shot with 3 guys on their ass.
Well, that's what superstars do, but he wasn't.
Pistons cap room. There's cap in NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MLB's the only one that doesn't have cap, bro.
They need a cap.
They do.
Them players make ridiculous money. Well, they $500 million, $1 billion contracts.
Hey, what happened?
Buy yourself a championship.
What happened with Skeens? Skeens got lit up this last game against the Cubbies, man.
Hey, man, you can't
runs in the first.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say about that, maybe I don't know. He looked mortal, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wow. He wasn't.
You know what? Maybe he was just feeling bad from the Pirate fan falling the other night, and it was distracting him.
Right?
Oh, that was a 20-year-old. That was a 20-year-old kid. No, 20-year-old kid wasn't drunk at all. He wasn't drunk. If he was drunk, he was drinking illegally.
That's gonna be a double whammy.
He was a 20-year-old football player, and a high school football player. Or not high school, a 20-year-old. He was a football player when he was in high school.
Right now, just to answer your questions, Brent, that the Pistons have a negative $1,220,000, 222 cap space right now. So,
but they don't count. But they don't count Hardaway's contract and Malik Beasley's contract, because what they're going to do is they're going to rescind those, and they'll add more cap money to their thing until they sign them.
I bet NBA players were mad when they announced that they were having a cap. They were like, "Damn it, we can't ask for ridiculous contracts no more."
Tobias Harris is 18.04% of their cap. Isaiah Stewart, 10.67% of their cap. Yeah, Tim Hardaway's 11.52% of their cap. Those are the top three. And Cade Cunningham is 9.92%. Is there something wrong with that?
He's about to get paid.
Dennis Schroeder's 9.26% of the cap, which is fifth. But everybody else falls below that. And the next person that's even close to that is 5.96, and that's Asar Thompson.
So realistically, they're not really paying anybody big money. Like their best players making $9 million.
You're right. They probably would get rid of Tim Hardaway because he counts that much to the cap. Yeah. And then Malik is only 4.27 to the cap. And
he's not that good either. Like he's too hit or miss. Like,
well, he's an old veteran. Nobody can, that happens. How many turnovers did the Pistons have yesterday?
Too many.
I'll tell you.
It's kind of funny that they lost the game on a turnover, because that was really the downfall of their team, is the turnovers. That's how the Knicks got back in the game.
They only had 15 turnovers to the Knicks' 16, so that can't be the downfall of the game. Maybe turnovers. We had 24 points off your 16 turnovers, and you had 11 points off our 15. So that wasn't the problem.
Well, the turnover cost all the chance to try to get the lead or at least tie the game. But I give
points in the paint were even at 48. You guys had 18 second chance points. What was the rebounds in this one? This is the second game you guys out rebounding us too, 43-36. Last game I think it was like 53 or something.
Pretty close too. That's only by 7 rebounds difference.
Yeah. That was biggest turnover, really.
But I do agree with you on Cade, man. Like Cade needs to work on 3-point shooting in the offseason.
He needs to step the hell up. That's what he needs to do. If that's what he's got to do. Rebounds difference? Nah, I wouldn't say that either. It could be, but if they had a chance to win it in the end, and it was a turnover that did them in, because that would have been they would have made that, or attempted that shot, they would have had 14 turnovers. That was a 15th turnover. So
it's a difference of 2 plays, man. Jalen Brunson got his basket, and Cade gave his basket away and turned it over.
Well, like I said, I can't fault Cade for that, because he was crap from 3-point land.
No, I get. It's the right play to make, but when you're a superstar, you don't care. You're gonna fucking throw that shit up there. Doesn't matter.
Well, being a superstar doesn't mean necessarily. See, the difference is that Michael Jordan taking that shot. That's Michael Jordan.
Kobe, right? Kobe would have took that shot. Ant would have took that shot.
Cade isn't even on any of those.
I agree.
So being a leader, I would have deferred to Malik. Malik just mishandled the pass. That shit happens. Like I said, it's just not,
Yeah.
It is
like
what
I said,
it is.
It was the right play. LeBron would have made that same. That's why I say LeBron is not Jordan, because LeBron would have made that same play that Cade made. Mm-hmm. He would not have taken that shot. Jordan, Kobe, Ant, those guys 100% would have took that shot. They want they're that kind of mentality. Like they don't give a fuck. They
would have drained it too.
Probably.
Yeah. No, Ray Allen would have definitely took that shot. Ray Allen would have easily.
He was 0 for 8. He was 0 for 8 in 3-pointers.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying. He's got to work on his 3-point shot in the offseason because that's the one part of his game that is really lacking. And in this NBA, you have to be able to shoot the three. Have to.
See, how many did he make? Yeah. See, Beasley was 6 of 13. So, yeah, I would have definitely.
Shoot, Beasley looked like Steph Curry out there jacking up all those threes in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You made them, too. I'll give him that.
Well, he made 6 of 13.
Yeah. 50%.
Yeah. But anyway, on to the next, So
yeah.
When will round 2 start?
Sunday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Cavs
and
Sunday.
Pacers kickoff or tip off.
That's going to be a good series.
Yeah, the Knicks will play on Monday.
So yeah, Indiana and Cleveland are starting on Sunday, and Golden State and Houston if Game 7 if necessary starts then. Boston and New York are going to start Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuesday will be the Indiana Pacers playing their second game. So yeah, getting there. We're getting there.
It's a long playoff, man.
I know OKC has got to be. I hope they don't go cold because they're going to be sitting there for a while. You got to wait until these playoff games are over.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Pistol Pete would have. Well, that's because Pistol Pete would shoot any damn thing. You're right. He wasn't even.
I don't know. Pistol Pete was more of a passer. He was more of a passer than he was.
No, he would have shot that. He would have shot that because he's a goofy ass. That's why he would have shot that.
I could see him passing it too because he was up there in passing.
And Pistol Pete wasn't even that much of a. He wasn't the biggest superstar in his day. So
no, he wasn't.
He was a Piston superstar, but he wasn't an NBA superstar. All righty. Hey, Monkey, you got anything? You got anything back there since you're hiding there? Or, I don't even. He gone. He got the microphone muted and his picture muted.
Faded away.
He got that one gone. He hit that shit once his ass was gone.
He's trying to
one gone, man.
So let's see.
No, I got bad news.
He's a man of.
How about you, Robbie? You kicking the trash cans over?
Right.
No, but I heard Aaron Rodgers is supposed to give his answer by May 27th.
Oh, shit. He's going to the Steelers. Just get ready.
May 27th. He's supposed to say it before OTA start.
So what number is he going to wear, Robbie?
Probably number 8.
A 0.
He can't wear 12. He can't wear 12 as a quarterback here. No way.
0.
Isn't 12 retired?
Yeah, we don't retire numbers. You just can't wear them.
You don't retire.
Like if you're a court, you can't wear. We don't retire numbers. I think the only one we retire was Franco Harris.
Yeah, they absolutely refuse.
We don't.
It's not a
thing.
You just don't allow
it. You can't wear 12 because of Terry Bradshaw. You can't wear 1 because of Gary Anderson.
That's crazy.
You can't wear 88 because of Lynn Swann, but they let receivers wear 82, and that was John Stallworth.
Yeah.
Which they didn't let George Pickens wear number 1 when he first came here. He had to pick 4. He had to use 14.
What's their reason why they don't let you retire numbers?
Legendary players. Like you can't wear 75 because of me, Joe Green.
Why not have them up in the stands where everybody can see their numbers?
If I knew the answer, I wish I knew the answer to that, but this is how the Roonies always did it.
Well, damn it, Robbie.
I like the
you shoot the shit.
That's just how the Roonies do it,
But that makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry.
No, I remember a year or two ago we were having this conversation in our other podcast, and I remember I remember us talking about it, and I can't remember what the hell the reason was behind it, but I knew we talked about it.
Yeah, like no one can wear number 7 now. Like when Patrick Peterson came here, he wanted to wear number 7, and they told him no. That was Big Ben's number.
Right.
Yeah. That's some balls right there to ask that number, you knowing who that is.
Well, balls is one of those conversations because Abdul Carter asked to get Taylor's number.
That's
56 with the Giants, and like you're on the Giants, you got pick 50.
Dude, we ain't even on that level yet to even ask that kind of question.
Not only that, but it's LT.
You want to know why
LT don't give a fuck. He'll
you want to know why he wears 11 in Penn State? Because that was LeVar Arrington's number in college.
That number 11 is very special for Penn State. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Abdul Carter, the guy that they have coming in for Penn State this year is going to wear that number. Yeah, you got to be good to wear that number. They don't.
I heard about that. I heard about that dude coming in. That dude.
What's A&M special number? Don't you guys
12?
have like a special 12? Okay.
12, baby. Before the Seahawks decided to call themselves a 12th man. And
I don't know why. Steelers don't retire numbers. We retired Franco's. That's it.
That's just so weird. I mean, the Lions retire numbers. How the hell can't the Steelers retire numbers? That's so
I think I heard of a reason, but it was I totally forgot why.
Watch, they retire Aaron Rodgers' number if he wins them a championship.
No,
they retired.
No,
they retired. Then they officially retired 20 because they had Barry Sanders, Lynn Barney, and Billy Sims all wore 20.
Yep, Barry is in the rafters.
Yep, and then Barney's a Hall of Famer too. So Billy Sims not quite so much, but can't be wear 20 here. Can't wear 20 here. Can't wear 12 there. Can't wear 81. I think what's their number? I don't think Michigan has a number they don't.
Art Rooney said the team's philosophy has been to keep numbers available for new players. That's why they don't really retire numbers.
But they can't take those other numbers, so it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but if you're a wide receiver, you can't wear 88. If you're a quarterback, you can't wear 12. Like I think they go by position.
If some Joe Blow comes in and wears number 7 for the Steelers, Steelers are going to flip shit.
They have 3 numbers. They have 3 numbers retired. And that's number 70, Ernie Stoutner, 75, Joe Green, and 32, Franco Harris. Those are the 3 official retired numbers for the Steelers.
Ben Roethlisberger will be there at some point.
Yeah.
What about 36, the bus? You want to try the bus?
Not yet. I don't know. They should have been retired as a jersey.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Brent. I would have said the same thing. Yeah.
He was classy about it, though.
Get the hell out of here.
He told him to go make his own way.
Sit your ass down.
Seriously. I give Abdul Carter the balls for asking him that. I give him the props on that, man, because you know that answer's a no. But at least you got it. At least you got an F no from.
At least you got A for effort, huh? A for effort, F for result. You know. God, sit your ass down. So.
I think it's funny because Abdul Carter's like, what the worst thing you can do is say no. Like,
right?
No, you don't understand. It's Lawrence Taylor. That is not the worst he can do.
Yeah,
like don't give him a reason.
You don't even have to. You don't have to wonder
man.
What that answer is going to be. Like it's Lawrence
Taylor. I'm surprised Lawrence Taylor took the high road on that. I thought he was going to be like Lawrence Taylor of the old days. You know, when he's going to be all, Lawrence
don't
Taylor.
Smoke crack.
Like,
I don't have an answer for that on why they don't retire numbers.
Don't smoke crack.
B, do you think that JMO really went to Stafford and asked for 9, or do you think that they just gave JMO 9, but they made it seem like they asked him? Because I don't think
he pulled a gun on
him. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you that conversation.
He did the gun
he's
trick.
not. He'll be up there. I believe that Stafford will be up there in the Ring of Fame. In the Ford Field when he retires.
Somebody else has 9 on the team now.
No, right.
Who?
You ready for this? Now? I got some friends. He's ready for this. Your life depends upon one of these quarterbacks that throw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Who are you choosing? Case Keenum, Jeff Garcia, John Kitna, Justin Fields, or Daniel Jones?
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, I was gonna say Garcia.
Garcia was a badass, man. I like Garcia.
The thing is he would more likely have 2 more rushing yards
Yeah,
than he would.
He could escape the pocket and he could still throw the ball pretty good.
I think that would be the only reason why he wouldn't be able to get them numbers, that 300-yard mark, is because he likes to run the ball.
Enos Rakestraw's got 9 now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. You went from freaking JMO to Enos Rakestraw.
Yeah, Terry Arnold switched to 0.
No, he's number.
He was.
No, he's number 6.
He switched.
Kyrie Jackson.
Yeah, he switched.
Yeah,
Jameer Gibbs is 0 now. Gibbs is 0.
Oh, he's 0.
Jameson,
okay, I got that backwards.
JMO's 1.
JMO finally got his
Hooker's
1.
2. Yep. Hooker is 2. Fox is 3. Reed is 4. Cornerback Reed is 4.
I hate when wide receivers were number 9.
That's horrible. That's Jason Hanson's number.
Yeah,
No, I'm used to receivers.
But that hasn't been retired yet either. But Hanson hasn't been. They haven't inducted Hanson to the Hall of Fame yet either. So
yeah,
I'm used to receivers wearing in the 80s. The numbers in the 80s.
Old school.
80s and the teens.
Well, there's a couple of Tom Kennedy's the only one that wears. Let's see, Tom Kennedy. Yeah, Tom Kennedy's the only one that is a receiver that wears an 80 number. Everybody else is a damn tight end.
If Josh Allen doesn't win you a Super Bowl, do y'all retire his number?
Yes.
Probably. He'll probably retire.
Most of the Bills' records he is smashed. So in our Hall of Fame, yes, he will definitely be.
Would you say that he would be the best Bills quarterback in history?
Yes. Stats prove it.
Brett, you got to calm down with that, man, because you know what? He didn't want to deal with another regime. He already dealt with like 60 damn fucking offensive coordinators and coaches.
He's old school. He's old school, man. He doesn't.
He wanted to win.
New school people. Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
He wanted to win. He
Stafford.
Taylor.
It wasn't about respect either. It was just that he didn't want to go through that shit again. It's all there is to it. I mean, he wanted to go to a team that was established, and he went to the Rams. So I mean,
oh, you're talking about Stafford.
I don't blame him for
Taylor.
that.
My bad.
No, hell no. Yeah, I think Stafford did exactly what he needed to do, and I don't blame him for that.
I'm gonna go.
I don't blame
I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm gonna say that probably Brad and Dan wanted to trade Stafford, and he got wind of it, and then he decided to, it's like, hey, if you're gonna trade me to the Rams, because I could see a new regime coming in and not wanting Stafford, like wanting their own quarterback, wanting their own guy, wanting the clean slate. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I don't see it that way. I see it that they talked to Stafford because he is the face of the franchise. He was the face of the franchise. There's nobody else on there that was the face of the franchise but Stafford. Stafford was the only one practically willing us to games half the damn time in the past 3 years. So they went up to Stafford and said, Stafford, this is what we want to do. This is what we're going to bring in, blah, blah, blah. And he said, look, I just don't want to do this no more. I don't want to go through another coaching staff change. I don't want to go through another owner's GM change and that. I just want to go somewhere where they have everything straightened out at. And since Brett Holmes is from LA, and the chance
that's my point.
Stafford went there and well, no, I mean they sat there. What I'm saying is they sat there and talked with Stafford. That's what they did before they made any decisions.
We're
going to trade Stafford because we're a new regime.
So this is what I'm saying is they were going to trade Stafford because Brad Holmes drafted Jared Goff. And they knew that Jared Goff would be available, and if Stafford wanted to go to the Rams, like they were going to be able to make that happen because you're just swapping quarterbacks and some picks, But I do think that they went to Stafford and had a conversation with him and said, "Hey, we're going to go and get Jared Goff. We're going to."
I don't think they said that at all.
I do.
I think they just sat there and talked to Stafford, and Stafford told them. So Stafford gave him a no-brainer.
It could have been a mutual agreement.
That's what happened, and that's what happened. They just said, "Okay, well, fine." And Brad Holmes knows that the staff at LA, and LA was having problems with Goff. Well, McVay was having problems with Goff, so they said, "You know what? What the hell? Let's trade."
Right.
Maybe Goff will be better off
because every time they play each other, it's always brought up, and Stafford's always like, "I always love the Lions. I always love Detroit." And Detroit is the same thing, except for the fans. Like, you got some fans calling him a traitor and all this other shit. But the way I look at it from an outside perspective is the man sat there and stuck around on their team through the worst time of your franchise. The 0-16 season, right?
No, he didn't. He wasn't playing there. He was after that. That's how I got him.
Okay, but I mean, it might as well have been like that bad. It was bad for a while.
You've had multiple bad years. He stuck around. He re-signed. He stayed there, and kept the faith. He did the Barry Sanders thing, except instead of retiring early, he took off, and you can't be mad at him. I don't understand. Understand the criticism towards him.
I'm not. I mean, those are fair weather fans.
Busted up with a busted up shoulder. He fucking won a game. I mean, you show me how many quarterbacks
quite a bit of things over his career with Detroit that are mind blowing things. So
I think it's funny. That we really never knew. We never knew what happened. That whole situation, and we never will. Because unless Stafford writes a memoir or somebody writes a memoir later, we'll find out. But I do believe right. I do believe that they were going to move off of Stafford, and that was the conversation they had. And then they figured out, well, if he wants to go to the Rams, Jared Goff's there. Brad drafted Jared Goff, so if de facto, that's how he became the quarterback.
That's right. So everybody wins. Everybody wins. Well,
we need to
win
a ring. We need to win a ring.
Yeah. We need to win a ring.
Win a ring, and then we can say everybody wins.
Everybody wins, yeah. I mean, you got to look at it like this, though. I mean, Stafford hasn't won anything since then, has he? No.
And that was a stacked team. People forget how good that team was. They bought that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they put all their eggs in one basket.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why he made that decision.
So that was a success for them. They did what they set out to do. Everybody criticized them because they, couldn't, it wasn't stable. It wasn't something that's going to stick around. But they weren't looking to make a franchise run at it. They were just wanted to make a run at a Super Bowl win. All they wanted.
And to be fair, what B said too is that they had one good year, and that won the Super Bowl. After that, they weren't even relevant for a while. So Stafford would have been that same boat that if he stayed in Detroit. Maybe they would have. Maybe
Yeah, they sacrificed it all for one good championship.
And let's be real too. That run that Stafford had to the Super Bowl, that was based on luck. Because that 49er game where they picked them off like 4 times and dropped 3 balls, and at the end, like that, Stafford should have lost that game. Like 49ers literally gave that game away. You want to look at why 49ers can't get to the Super Bowl and win? Shoot, because they keep messing up before they get there. Like I remember that game. He threw like 4 picks and they only picked off 2 of them.
They got to call it how it is. Niners are just chokers.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, actually, really, they shouldn't have been there because of that New Orleans fiasco.
That too.
They went to New Orleans and that pass
interference. That was the same run. Again,
called.
Luck. Yeah, right, exactly. Good call.
So I mean, the Rams have their luck issues. That was the year that Goff went to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was that. Yeah. So I mean, Stafford, but Stafford was a gunslinger that McVay wanted. He wanted him. You got to remember, there's a lot of games in that season. He threw 17 interceptions that year, but he threw 48 touchdowns, and the dude had like half of those 17 were pick sixes.
Yeah,
I was like, "Damn, Stafford! You're throwing pick sixes." And there's a couple that were just really, really idiotic throws too.
And
that's Stafford for you.
And here's the point. Oh, go ahead.
Like for instance, when they played Baltimore, though, a big thing about Detroit fans are that, oh well, he wouldn't have to do all this if he didn't fuck it up in the first place. Well, Baltimore was a good example of that. where he threw a whole bunch of picks and they were winning the game, but he eventually won the game for him because he had a game-winning field goal drive, a drive that got him a field goal in the end, and that's how they won the game. But he atoned for his mistakes. And I think that he threw like 2 pick sixes in that game, and they still won. So that tells you a lot.
And if it doesn't show you how things have to fall in line for you to get to win a big game like that, like look at the Stafford situation. Look at Saquon Barkley's, so I guess that gives hope for the Lions that we haven't had that year where you just feel everything falls into play, because it was feeling that way until all those injuries happened. When Aiden went down, that was it. That was the end of that luck, because that's a huge killer right there.
Well, and still based on that, I mean, they still went 15-2.
I know, which is crazy.
I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just depends on where the will is for them players in these games. That's where the grit comes in. That's what makes Detroit, kind of special with what they were doing, because no matter the no-win situations that they were facing, basically every game, they didn't care. They just went out there and played. So
right,
and yeah, it is what it is, man. Hopefully, Super Bowl is in the cards for us and Buffalo. Buffalo needs to get there and get in the Super Bowl too, because they're an organization that needs that as well.
I don't think I can handle another Super Bowl loss, though, bro. I don't think I.
No comment from me.
I didn't say you had to play us. No, if it's us going to the Super Bowl, I hope we don't. I mean, I hope we don't have to play you. But if you get in the Super Bowl, I hope you don't have to play us, because I don't want anything.
No, like last year
that would be an exciting Super Bowl.
If it's a Super Bowl, I would have been excited, but I would have been able to tell you that I was pretty sure the Eagles were going to.
Who won the last matchup between Bills and Lions?
Bills. That was his last year.
Where have you been?
My memory's done for, man.
Actually, the last 2 times it was the Bills, because it was in 22 and in last year.
I'm completely sober today.
Really?
Shocking.
Yeah. Against Arizona, they signed a contract. First pass was pick 6. God, I was screaming 110 million for that. Hey, you got to start somewhere. But anyway, we have come to the conclusion of this show. I want to thank everybody out there for supporting me and everybody on this panel through the daily shows that we've had for the past 2 months.
Been 2 months. Holy hell.
Yeah. Damn. And 38 episodes. Pretty good. 38 episodes.
Yeah, just like your age, Nate.
Yep, there you go.
There you go. I'm sure it wasn't commented.
Huh?
What has it come to a competition?
I don't. What do you say? You got more hair than me? I shave. Yeah. You don't.
But anyway, hair or no hair.
Yeah, don't make me grow. Don't make me grow it out. I'll grow it out.
I'm thankful for everybody on this panel, and thanks, Brett, man, for being a good supporter to us, man. Love you, man. Keep supporting us. We're going to be on Sundays at 4 p.m. until we change it. And
let's all give Jay Glazer a round of applause.
Jay Glazer.
I hate Jay Glazer.
Right. I'm looking at. I think you look like Jay Glazer in some aspects.
That's Mike Thomas' best friend.
Look.
If I was making the money of these people I look like, I would be happy. But anyway, it's been real, people. We will see you again on Sunday at 4 p.m. with the One Ashley. Just remember, it's NFC South debate. Mm-hmm. The Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, the Panthers, the Buccaneers.
I'll be tuning in for that one.
Yeah,
you just found a Buccaneer fan?
Hey, I'm going to tell you what right now. You're going to turn into that way because Sonia's going to be on there. And as soon as she hears something go the wrong way, it's going to be on. I'm going to tell you that right
I know, and that's why I'm tuning in.
No, we're letting Sonia get in the battle.
Yeah, we're gonna get
in the battle.
We're gonna be the mediators. We're gonna be back there laughing my ass off. That's all I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna sit back and enjoy, watch these kids go at it, and we're just gonna sit here.
I have it marked in my calendar, so I remember that shit's going on.
There you go. There you go. We will be putting flyers out there too to let people remind people about that. So look out for those. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Peace out. Have a great weekend.
Hey, Classy Whackers.
Anybody else? Okay.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. Join us on YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok under 1 Chief 3 Toes.